There are worlds that break under the weight of war, others under the weight of time, but Trident stands beneath the weight of eternal storms and thrives within. Its people, its soldiers, do not kneel, they march into the teeth of the enemy, face masked, hearts empty, rifles at the ready. Born in thunder and raised in lightning, they fight with all the fury of their homeworld's storms. Hello everybody and welcome back to my little corner as we take a look at my Warhammer 40K fanfiction world of Trident, its lore, its regiments, and have a look at some minis too. So let's do this. First discovered in M34, Trident was once a temperate world covered in vast oceans and rain-drenched lowlands. What little land existed was broken up into fractured continents of flat grey rock and small mountain ranges. It was initially claimed by the Imperium as a simple industrial hub due to its abundant water supply, as part of a support network during the founding of the sector capital Syndra Mundi and other planets within the subsector. However, records indicate that long before the Imperium's arrival, someone had occupied the world, be they a lost colony of humanity or something else. Whoever they were now lost to history, yet their vast ruins scattered the surface and ran deep into the planet. These structures presented the perfect foundation for high-density construction. Huge industrial sectors began to sprout up across the planet, specialising in hydroelectric and thermal power, with the first stages of hive evolution beginning in M35. Yet during the reign of planetary governor Kalor Drax in those early years, it came to the attention of the Holy Orders that Trident was experiencing significant doctrinal inconsistencies and was suspected of failing to meet purity quotas in its PDF training regiments. Reports suggested there had been some form of unspecified warp exposure event within the industry complexes and accused Governor Drax of disrupting and delaying ecclesiastical inspections and data corruption. A missionary convoy led by Archdeacon Albrecht Thane, then hailing from the newly founded world of Miranda and accompanied by Inquisitorial agent Deverick Mal, conducted an emergency doctrinal investigation that revealed heretical relics and iconography was being imported and suggested widespread infiltration by warp-tainted forces at the highest levels of planetary command. Documents indicate that Governor Drax was then confronted by Archdeacon Thane, who denied all accusations, leading to a confrontation, during which Archdeacon Thane was shot and Drax was then executed for high heresy whilst trying to escape by Agent Mal. Not long after, Drax's loyalists were fully purged and a full planetary reconsecration was performed. Lord Varokal, descendant of one of Syndra Mundi's noble houses, was then appointed planetary governor under direct ecclesiastical guidance, with his family ruling ever since. Unfortunately, unverified Vox records from the Planetary Defense Forces during the Purge were lost while performing data sanctification. Interestingly enough, a minor discrepancy in the Inquisitorial Rosetta seal has been noted in internal logs, marked as likely a transcriptional artifact during this time. Since then, and under the leadership of House Karl, the world has been compliant and typically produces above tithe expectations, and over the millennia under this new rulership its hives grew taller and denser, consuming the land. Vast industrial and chemical dyeing operations, water treatment and filtration plants began to multiply across the world, while its factories churned out weapons, ammunition and mass-produced goods for the Imperium's endless wars. But as the hives expanded, the planet's climate began to shift. The sheer amount of heat, pollution and atmospheric disruption created an unending storm cycle. Clouds thick with smog and soot block out the sun, and torrential rain never ceases. Thunder rolls constantly, and lightning dances across the towering hive block skylines. The constant rain is rich in industrial byproducts from the hives themselves, and through massive distillation towers, the Mechanicus extracts useful compounds with frightening efficiency. These machines harvest rare chemical elements and pollutants from the rain, including acidic compounds, trace toxins, and heavy metals, which are then used in the manufacture of chemical weapons, hive-grade pharmaceuticals, and exotic fuels. Trident's hive cities now stretch across the planet's landmasses, each a vast metropolis of high-rise blocks. Each hive block is a self-contained nightmare. A huge, grey, uninspired tower that stretches into the sky, lacking the grand Gothic architectural stylings known to much of the Imperium's buildings. These are typically decorated by inks, dyes, paints and graffiti, often representative of the local gangs, which over time washes off leaving vast, multicoloured streaks down the walls. Thick glass windows look out into dense rainfall, the sky dark, the ground too distant to see, and the rain only parted by the hazy outline of the next tower. Its dim internal lights barely visible, its features and rain-eroded colours revealed only in the flashes of the lightning above. Inside, people inhabit a claustrophobic world. Cramped apartments with barely enough space to stand. Doors hang off hinges, rusted pipes that leak foul-smelling water. People live no better than the rats and roaches that surround them, surviving off rations and the black market and the scraps of the waste produced by each other. Each block is controlled by a mix of criminal syndicates, cults, and local warlords. The government may claim authority, but in reality, power belongs to whoever has the most guns and the least ethics. Hallways, staircases, and elevators are too narrow for full combat gear, forcing enforcers and gangers alike to rely on agile, under-equipped personnel who can squeeze through the maze-like corridors. This makes searching for individuals almost an impossibility, and harbouring criminals all too easy. Notable criminal factions include the Block Gangers, a series of brutal crime syndicates that separate into uncountable sub-factions, each fighting each other for the control of illegal food distribution and ration fraud, committing most of the petty crimes in the blocks. If you want to eat, you pay them. Next is the Rain Cult, a secretive group that believes that the eternal storm is a divine omen. They perform ritual drownings to feed the rain spirits. These people are often found hiding within other gangs and community groups, with many young female members. Then there are the Tunnel Rats, a sewer-dwelling gang that claims to have maps of the deepest tunnels. They will guide you below for a price. And lastly, there is the Skylords, a rare group of elite nobility who live at the highest points of the hive. Above the storm clouds, they rarely descend, but when they do, they wear gold respirators to avoid the filth of the lower levels. Despite the horror of the hives and the lives they live, the people of Trident are survivors. Malnourished, weak-limbed, and sickly, they compensate with ferocity. They fight like cornered rats, fast, furious, cunning, and ruthless. Trident boasts the most efficient sewer system in the galaxy. At least that is the official claim. The reality is more complex. The ancient labyrinthine tunnels beneath the hives run deeper than anyone understands. Some say the lowest levels predate the Imperium, remnants of civilizations long forgotten. Others whisper that things lurk in the dark, mutants, rogue servitors, and worse. A growing conspiracy suggests that the sewer system is more than just infrastructure. It is a secretive megastructure with a purpose beyond waste disposal. Some claim it serves as a filtration system, refining the rainwater for some unknown party deep below the hives. Others believe the Adeptus Mechanicus is hiding something in the depths, using the constant rainfall as a cover for some arcane, ancient purpose. Whatever the real reason, exploring these depths will see you arrested and jailed without trial. The official reason? Potential structural instability of the hive above. The truth? No one knows. Entire gangs have vanished into the sewers, never to be seen again. Enforcers refuse to chase fugitives too deep, and strange reports of skeletal servitors have been seen dragging bodies into hidden entrances. Whether there are any truths to these claims is unknown, but few in the hive dare to test the depths. Specialising in urban assault, hive and underhive warfare, counterinsurgency, and building clearance, Trident's regiments are used to operating in largely tight, vertical environments. They are a fast attack infantry-based unit that often accompanies other siege regiments such as the Death Corps of Krieg in order to breach clear points, suppress flanking zones, and sanitize civilian areas. They are distinguished by their small stature and frail appearance, notably hidden beneath their long coats and respirators. They are a grim sight, dirty and often foul-smelling, with a crude and dark sense of humour. They are seen much like human rats. To take their respirators off while off-world could lead to infection, their frail immune systems easily sickened by parasites and foreign hosts. Their slogan? Born in the storm, trained in the sewer, sent to die in someone else's gutter. In battle, they are a furious and vicious people. They have few moral quandaries and will take on the most suicidal of tasks without a second thought. They have no ceremonial rites, and their dead are left where they lay. In victory, they hold no parades, no honours, No banners of past glories, but their flag, a plain flag, holding a simple imperial icon. All colours, all tattoos, all markings of their past lives and their past loyalties to the gang blocks removed, replaced by grey coats and a standard issue rifle. Notable regiments include the 27th Trident Stormborn, the most famous of their regiments, famed for a number of engagements including the siege of Velk's Hollow in the Cadian subsector, during which the regiment held the breach tunnels against Alpha Legion cultists during a month-long underhive purge. Only 9% of the regiment survived and were all immediately redeployed. Then came conflict in the charnel fields of Vigorous Ultima, during which they supported Krieg regiments in a 7-month-long trench siege, during which the regiment sustained a 3-day-long chemical bombardment without a single recorded instance of desertion. They were soon redeployed to the Sable Reach, whereby, supported by the 49th Tsunamis, they fought under the command of the Mordian Iron Guard to retake hive corridors from feral Ogren tribes. Their loose formations, training, and rapid redeployment protocols earned them commendation from Lord General Cygnus Varn. Other regiments include the 32nd Highwinds, a light scouting regiment famed for scouting the lower ruins of a heretical, infested world of Kirill Voss within the EO sector itself during the M38, and provided vital intel for a successful counterstrike by local forces. Next is the 86th Trident Block Warriors, recently famed for the boarding of the derelict Mercy Strike on the far reaches of Segmentum Obscurus, during which they led an infiltration team onto the drifting pilgrim ship and encountered a gene stealer hive. They recovered key data and destroyed the ship's core before exfiltration. Less than 20% of the regiment even returned, with all dead and all wounded left behind. The regiment would, however, die out not long after to apparent gene stealer infection, their frail bodies shutting down and perishing, therefore ceasing the spread and eventual corruption by the Xenos infection. Then there's the 112th Reservoir Dogs, also recently famed for the coordinated sewer assault on a gene stealer cult, this time attacking the cult's primary spawning chamber on the hive world of Inra within the EO sector. The Reservoir Dogs mission was believed to be a complete success until the current date, with new cults respawning upon the world. Currently, the regiment is redeployed on the world of Sarnath 12, fighting rebel forces there. Not only this, but Trident's regiments have also fought in the Third War of Armageddon, as well as fighting against Abaddon's forces in the 11th, 12th, and 13th Black Crusades. The people of Trident are not men and women as we know them. They do not fight for glory, nor for hope. They fight because it is all they have ever known. Stripped of all but service, the soldiers of Trident march without honours, without names, without colours. They are the faceless, countless unnamed, who die every day for the Emperor's glory, across the galaxy, their deeds largely unrecognised, and their fallen, forever forgotten. Well, that's it for this video, guys. As you can see, the minis are just old Steel Legion figures. I haven't done much in the way of changes to them, like kit bashes and stuff, for that exact reason. They're metal figures, they're old. So I just added a few small bits, like a radio backpack and some like a flag and stuff. I think the flag came from the old Cadian Command Squad, and the backpack, I think they're part of the last lot of figures that I uploaded, the APA regiments of Farouk and Bradshaw. Check that out if you want to see them. I think the backpacks basically came with them. Can't really remember now, though, quite a while ago. But I think they're awesome, and I wanted to do them justice and giving them a cool story and some cool lore. So I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed the minis. I hope you enjoyed the lore, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave your comments below, letting me know all your world building ideas, stuff to include, stuff to take out, everything. How could I expand? How could I make this cooler? And if you guys need any help with your own stuff, let me know. That's it, guys. Have a good day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.